Okay, so I'm just going to run through these slides quickly. Like I said, this is CLEANetwork.com for project management. So if you have any questions along the way, just feel free to stop me. So this is CLEANetwork.com, CLEANetwork.com. It's got all kinds of things going on. Up here at the top, you can see we've got, frequently asked questions. You can read posts of ideas that people have posted. That we have a bunch of courses that we put up here related to clean energy and climate change and things like that. And then we also have the exchange, which is this database of actions basically that people can take that will reduce emissions or increase community resilience, things like that. So the project management part of it, over here we've got your profile. It's very social media like, so you can set up your profile. You can go in there and manage things that you tell people and that you share with people. You can set up lists of things on the site that you have found that you like, and you can share it with people. You can also make points on the site. So when you participate on the site, you get the immediate gratification of earning some points. So if you participate in a group or make a post or things like that, people can get points for that. And so that's just some nice immediate gratification. And then we're also working towards those long-term goals, of success all around. So when we look over here on this left-hand navigation menu, the starting point for projects on CLEANetwork is this groups link here. So you're always going to start a group in order to set up projects. You can, if you have different people you want to be involved in different projects and you don't want those people overlapping, you can set up different groups and then set up projects in those groups. Or you can set up a group and set up multiple projects in the group, and everybody can see all those projects, but they're only tasked in certain projects. So we're just going to go into groups here. And so this is what groups looks like. So there's all kinds of groups. People can set up groups if they want. And you can set them to be public and anybody can join, or you can make them private where you have to request to join, or you can make them hidden where you can't even see it unless you're invited and you join. So now we're going to head into one of these groups. I'll just take you into this Fall 2020 Regional Resilient Economy event group. So this is what the group looks like when you come in. You've got this, there's this title bar here of navigation. So you've got all these things you can do. You can send messages, you can upload documents. There's a discussion panel, kind of like Slack, where you can, start conversations. You can attach files. You can do all kinds of things. You can invite people and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to go directly into the projects here. So when you're in a group, you set up your group, you've got your people in there that you want to work on the project. Now we're going to go set up our project. So when you have the capability to do this, I can give you that. I can either set up the projects for you and then you can manage them and add tasks and things like that. Or I can give you the capability to go in and set up a project whenever you want, basically. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. And so in this group, I've set up all these projects. So everybody in the group has access to all these projects, and I just assign people certain tasks. So when people join the group, it's kind of a semi-open group. So we're asking people in the community to join this group and help us organize these events. So can you please sit on the fundraising committee? And so they'll come in here and we'll put them on the fundraising project. And so you can have as many projects as you want. So if you want to add a project, like I said, I explained that, and you can add the projects or you can have me add them. Right, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I forgot to make my disclaimers at the beginning, but I do have, an SSL certificate and your typical security, but I always recommend people, if you don't want it to be public knowledge, then don't put it on the internet, because there's going to be safety procedures and things in place, but there's no guarantee that something you put up here that you don't want anyone to see ever is not going to get out there. So, I mean, I always say, just don't ever put anything up that you don't want, that would get you in trouble or something. Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, this is a completely made from scratch website. So you're going to find little glitches here and there, and I'm working on all those. I can guarantee you. And, also trying to improve the speed and things. Once we've set up our project, this is like the homepage. And so we're in our task list here. So you can set up as many tasks lists as you want related to different topics. So for example, this is an event plan. So we've got different task lists for, pre-event, during the event, and post-event, let's say. And then for each task list, you can add tasks, and you can assign tasks to people in the group, and you can set deadlines. And you can also add custom fields if you want. You can go back in once you set it up, you can edit the details. And also, once you've got your people, your group's people in here, your members, they will show up here, and you can set their capabilities of what they will see in the project. And then, so if we're adding a task, I think that's what I was supposed to be doing here. So this is the add. So when you go in and you want to edit a task, you can edit the due date. You can hide it. I've added task types of like, this is an individual task that you have to do alone, or this is a group task that the whole group has to do together. You can add labels and subtasks. You can even have, discussions about in a task. So in this, when somebody clicks on a task, this pops up. You can have a discussion about the task. You can attach documents to the task. So it's really kind of handy. You can keep everything about that task in one place. Okay. Yeah, and when we set people up in groups, we can set up what kind of notifications they'll get. So when you add a new task for someone, they're going to get a notification in their email box, not just on CLEANetwork, but in their email. Okay, so this is the Kanban board. So when you have tasks already written out, you can add them to the Kanban board. So you determine which tasks are still open, in progress, done, etc. And so that's just another way to visualize your project. And then you can also, this is the overview page. It kind of just gives you an overview of everything that's been going on in your project, all the activities that have been happening and things like that. And then you have a discussion. You not only have a discussion at the level of the group, but you have a discussion in each project. And then you can have discussions in tasks as well. So it gets a little deep, because you might be like, where did I put that discussion question? But if you set down kind of a procedure, like you said, if you're going to have somebody fill out a document, you put the document in the task, and you discuss. You kind of can set up procedures for yourself to manage those things as you go along.
The Gantt chart, what?
So this is I'm about to get there.
So okay.
This is adding a comment in the discussion, so you can notify specific users if you want to. And this is the Gantt chart. Again, this is just another way to visualize the project, and you can go in and click on these things and edit them straight from here. And this is milestones. You can add whatever milestones you want, and you basically add deadlines and what the milestone is. You can add documents and things like that. So it's and on most things you can enter, you can check whether or not it's private or public and things like that. So and that is I'm gonna discuss here under the more tab. You can set who sees what based on their capabilities. So this is the files tab, and so you can create a folder and put a bunch of documents in there. So for example, I'm working on a grant proposal, and we have a bunch of documents that are going to contribute to that have already been written, and we need to be able to reference those on a regular basis. So we're going to put all those in a folder. And then I have documents that I've set up on Google Docs in order to manage the group and manage our meetings and take notes and all that kind of stuff. So I can link to that document in here. And I can also upload a file or just create a whole new document, and that'll show up here. So, I mean, I'm always going to personally use Google Docs just because that's just how I like to keep things organized. So I can always link to my Google Doc from these pages. So when I've got meeting notes or whatever, I'm linking to that there. Now this is under the More tab. This is activities. So this is just everything that happened in the group. It just automatically records it. And so you can see everything that everyone's done and when and where and etc. And so then this is under the More tab as well. This is capabilities. So we've got coworkers or clients, and you can set their access privileges. And like I said, once you have this set up, they're going to show up here under the edit tab here, and you can go in and you can make them a coworker or a client, so you can give people different access. Now this is integrations. You can integrate things. I mean, like with Slack, I mean, the integration is pretty limited. If you post a new task.
Slack?
Oh, well, Slack is just another tool for communication, basically. So we don't have to talk about that unless you guys really want to. But
yeah.
Basically, if you set up a new task in the project manager, it'll automatically go to your Slack account. You might already have that at work. You know, some people use that. So, and then, okay. So that's basically all you can do when you go in, you set up a group, and you can set up projects, and that's all the stuff you can do there. And then we've got a whole nother way to kind of look at our projects and get a complete overview of everything that's happening. So for that, we click on over here in the left-hand nav bar, we've got my projects. So we click on that. Then we can go in and see all of our projects that we are a part of. So every project that we set up, you know, that we're in a group and we set those projects up, or that other people set up and we're in the group and we're part of that project. So these are all my projects. These are all my tasks. So I can search by completed tasks or outstanding tasks. So I can see that all in one place. It's really nice. And this is my calendar, and I can go by project. So if I want to see all the outstanding activities or upcoming activities, you know, I pick the project and I filter it. And I can also remove the filters and just get everything. And then we've got reports. So we've got all these different reports: overdue tasks, complete tasks, user activities, task by milestone, and unassigned task, and summary. So this is an example of the completed task report. So this is what shows up, and you can export this either as a CSV file or as a PDF. And I am having technical difficulties with the PDF export, but I'll get that figured out. So you can generate reports of completed tasks, overdue tasks, and then this is an example of the activities report, which is kind of the same as, you know, when you're in the project itself and you just go in and click on activities under more. And so then you can also get user activities, task by milestones, and unassigned tasks, and just a complete summary. And I don't think task by milestone or unassigned tasks can be exported, but all the other ones can. So you're able to kind of back up that data or keep it. You know, if you don't want to keep all your projects up online once you're done, you can get rid of them, just download the data and keep that all on file. I mean, unless somebody can go in there and delete all my backups somehow from GoDaddy, you know, even if the site is completely hacked and destroyed, we still have those backups every day.